What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Dad Does Videos. We just ordered this Linkind pack of 6 solar LED spotlights off of Amazon. I think there's like 60, 65 bucks, something like that. You'll find the link in the description. I've been a little hesitant to go with the solar powered spotlights outside my house in the past. They've typically been pretty shoddily made. The light doesn't last that long. It's not bright enough, those kinds of things. But I've seen a few reviews on these spotlights where people seem to be relatively happy with these, so I thought I would give them a shot. Put together a video where we show you what's in the box. We show you how to put these together and install them, and how they work, and whether we like them or not. There is no app associated with this, but they do come on when it gets too dark at night, and they do come off when it gets light out. Theoretically, they are supposed to last all night long, but again, with solar stuff, you just don't know. Is it cloudy that day? Is it rainy that day? Does that affect how long these things last, how bright they'll be? They also come with color changing options. So, and we'll show you this later, you can change the color, and I don't just mean the various levels of white. I mean, you can change from green to purple to orange, those kinds of things. Let's pop open the box, go from there. All right, here's a look at what is inside. Even though, as you saw on the outside, it said 6 spotlights. Apparently we got the manual that says 12, but shouldn't matter, right? The direction should be exactly the same. Looks like these are some stakes that we'll use to put our spotlights into the ground. So we'll set these off to the side. There should, hopefully, be 6 of those. And there are, there we go, 6 of these. And here's some mounting hardware. Another option that we have with these that I didn't mention earlier, as you saw with the stakes, you're gonna be able to kind of stake these into the ground if so desired, but you'll also be able to mount them on a wall, or maybe you want to mount them on a back patio, anything like that. That's what these pieces of hardware are for. We're not going to do that, but it's nice to know that that option is available to you. So 3 bags of these. Let's take a look at the actual device itself. There you go. This is the LEDs, those are the lights themselves. This is going to be the solar panel. Let's double check that we have 6 in here and get these off to the side as well. Nice packaging. Yep. We've got all 6. Okay, so let's talk through the 2 different options we have here for installation. You do have the option to mount this to a wall or some other type of surface if you would like. So here's how you mount to a hard surface. First thing we are going to do is remove this plastic rod from the light. And there's a little dial right here that you have to just turn counterclockwise all the way. And what will then happen, it'll become loose enough that the rod will just come off. You'll be able to lift it right off. And apparently I haven't done that yet. There we go. So you simply lift this off. And what this does is it frees you to then just install this on whatever hard, solid surface that you would like without the rest of the light getting in the way of your hands. Okay, now if you are going to install your light onto a solid surface, we already have it detached right here. You're going to get a drill bit and drill holes right where the screws are going to go to hold this into place. So after you've done that, and if I were installing this onto my hardwood floor, which would be a little bit weird, but for the purpose of the demonstration, you would be drilling 2 holes right where the holes in the rod are. And then after you do that, those holes from your drill bit have to be wide enough so that then you can gently push in these wall plugs into those holes. So in theory, each of these plugs, so to speak, would be underneath each of the holes on the bottom of the rod here. And then once you have those wall plugs in that solid surface, like this, and I don't have enough arms here to display this properly, but then you're going to use the screws and insert those screws over top of the base of your rod here and then into the wall plugs. And by virtue of that, you will have mounted this on your solid surface. Simply just reattach your light, just how we uninstalled it, right? Just the opposite. So you'll grab your light, and insert the arm right into the part where you took off, and then twist on the other side clockwise until everything is secure. So in theory, this would sit on top of your solid surface, however you have it set up. And then there's the second option for installation, which is what we are going to use, and quite frankly, the easier option, at least in my mind. So we've got our light. We're not going to mess with any of the connections here. We are simply going to grab one of the stakes that came with our light kit and insert it into the bottom where this hole is. And that's it. That's how you prep for putting your lights into the ground. And regardless of what installation method you chose, if you need a little bit of flexibility in terms of how you want the angle of the light to hit whatever you're trying to illuminate, or maybe even the angle of the solar panel, all you have to do is loosen the dial a little bit. Again, just turn counterclockwise, and you can see the panel starts to shift a little bit, as does the light. So you can lock those in at whatever angles you like them, as you just turn the dial back as far as you can, clockwise. All right, so just find the spot where you want to stake your lights into the ground, and you simply just push. That's the beauty of these. Push gently, because these are plastic. You don't want to push too hard and the plastic break, obviously. You just gently insert, and then again, adjust as needed. Use the dial on the side. So we're gonna go ahead and put the rest of these up around our landscaping of the house, and then give you a view of these at night. We'll actually take that time to turn these on using the red button on the side of these, and then change the colors so you can see what they look like in various options that we have. All right, so once you have your lights installed where you want them, and you want to get them kind of turned on so they go off when night comes, we're just gonna hit that red button that you see there. And what's going to happen is that your light is going to briefly turn on the color that it's set on, to let you know what color will turn on when the sun sets. Let's see if we could get a good shot of this. So that was red. Let me switch my angle here. If you keep hitting that red button, see there's green. It takes you through all of the different options you have available. And once you pick which color option that you want, you can just settle on that. And you'll see I clicked right there and nothing happened, so that means we turned it back off. So I'm going to pick which color option I want right now, and we'll come back and see if these things turn on at night and see what they look like. All right, so it's about 7 o'clock and these automatically came on by themselves, but these are on kind of the yellowy 3000K light, but I don't like the way these look. They're a little too greenish yellowy for me. If you could see on the right side, I'm not sure if it comes through the camera, but the light that we have on the garage is 3000K, and the lights, the solar lights are not. They're kind of this weird greenish yellow hue. But let me give you a look at what these look like with red, just so you can get like a different viewpoint. All right, so I just changed these all to red. It looks like our house is bathed in lava, but hopefully that gives you another view of what these lights might look like depending upon the color that you choose. I'm probably going to send these back. And here is a view of the pretty sterile light, as you can see here again compared to the light on the garage here. It's closer to like a 5000K. It's a little too sterile for me. I like that kind of ambery light. We'll check out what these lights look like about 6 in the morning. So these will be on for about 11 hours and see if there's any juice left in them. All right, so it's about 6:30 in the morning, so these have been on for almost 12 hours, so pretty good power. I'm relatively surprised at this. They're a little dimmer than what they were 11 hours ago, but if you're worried about them staying on all night, you don't have to worry about that. All right, so before we go, let's have a quick discussion, go over some of the pros and cons with the product, and you can make up your own mind whether this is something you want to purchase. Let's hit those pros first. First of all, it's a good build. Right now I know mine were only installed for just a few days, but just going over them, taking them out of the package, they seem like they were very well built. I think these will hold up over time, especially if you live in an environment that has the changing of the seasons, right? And you get some relatively extreme temperatures in the summer and the winter as well. The price is pretty good. For 60 or 70 bucks, you get 6 of these. You could do a lot worse. It's nice that these are automated from dusk to dawn, right? You don't have to go out, turn them on, worry about turning them off. Sun goes down, they come on. Sun goes up, they turn off. Lots of colors, right? You saw the reds, the blues, the greens, the sterile light, the kind of greenish yellow. There's a lot of different options there. So if you're one of those people who likes to experiment with colors, or maybe put some certain colors on your house or your landscaping for holidays or certain times of the year, it's really a great option for that. You've got 2 installation options, right? The one that we did with the stake in the ground, which you could put pretty much wherever in your lawn, and the other mode where you actually install onto a hard surface. No wires. You gotta love that. You can put these wherever you want. You don't have to worry about laying wire in a certain spot or worrying about the installation that would go with any electricity to certain parts of your yard. How about solar lights that last all night long? Now, they were a little dimmer, as you saw previously in the video, but the light was still there, and that was 11 and a half hours. So during the summer, because it's about November-ish right now, during the summer, they're gonna be even lighter at 6:30 in the morning because those nights are shorter. All right, let's talk about the cons, and there aren't that many. One of them is that there isn't an app. I feel like a lot of lighting options today have the app, so you can stay inside, you can operate from a distance. For these, you have to physically go outside and push the red button to turn them on, turn them off, switch colors, but it's not a big deal, right? If you have these set on a certain color and you have them set on when they're going to come on and they're going to come off because of the sun, there's not much else you need to do. Sure, if you want to change the color settings, you have to go outside and click the red button for just a few times, but that's really not a big deal. For a lot of people, I do feel like not having that strict 3000K normal amber light is going to be a turnoff. It was for me, and that's the reason why I'm returning them. That amber light is kind of yellowish, kind of greenish. I didn't really like it. If it were more of that traditional yellow, I would have kept these, but it's not, so I'm going to take them back. Thanks for watching, everybody.